Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is COLM McGuigan for IFL TV. Eddie, just your reaction to Conor Benn tonight? Dobson, really tough opponent for him?
Yeah, I'd said he would be tough. You know, I mean, I know everyone says Dobson. Who's Dobson? He's 16-0. He's really a 154-pounder. He's well schooled. I think that's what you saw tonight. A bit frustrating for Conor because Dobson was smart. The shoulder work was good. He didn't let Conor land the right hand clean on his chin. Fired back a few times. Good 12 rounds. First time Conor's ever gone 12 rounds. And if you're talking about these big championship fights, you need to do it. You know, I don't think it was the performance that's going to set the world alight in terms of calling out the Crawfords and the Boots Ennises as well. But I like the fact that he's banked 12 rounds. And hopefully, some of those that are avoiding the fight or for some reason not taking the fight will now fancy it against Conor Benn.
What's your immediate thoughts on what's next for Conor Benn?
What's next is the hearing in a couple of weeks' time, because every time he fights, he's got that on his shoulders. And I think sometimes we kind of underestimate the heavy shoulders that puts on you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like constant questions, the constant not knowing where you can fight or when you can fight in the UK. And listen, it was great in here tonight. I loved it, you know, but we want to be back in the UK. You're seeing all these big fights go to the Middle East now, which is great as well. But at the end of the day, I want Conor Benn to be filling up arenas in the UK. I want him to be fighting Eubank. I want him to be fighting Liam Smith, Kell Brook. And, you know, like the people on our team and the broadcasters and stuff like that, they don't want me to they want me to forget about Eubank because they just think he's a waste of time or it's a waste of time. But I just like, and I don't have that relationship to talk to Chris Eubank and it's very hard to do so because there doesn't seem to be any common sense. So I'll use IFL to do it. Chris Eubank Jr., what the fuck is your problem? Like, people are talking about, oh, you know, he shouldn't make 160. You are a 160-pounder. That guy in there, Conor Benn, has to come up 2 divisions to fight you. He was in with a small 154-pounder tonight, couldn't put a dent in him. Why won't you fight Conor Benn for millions and millions and millions and millions, I'll keep going, of pounds? But yet you'll consider fights with middleweights and other guys that you probably think are better than Conor Benn. So this is the last time I'm going to mention Chris Eubank Jr. Have a brain and sit down with your team, because on that performance, and surely in your mind, this is an easy fight for you. But if you walk away from Eubank against Benn, then I don't know what to say about your career. Are you afraid? I can't imagine so. But what is the problem? Where you turn down double or 3 times more than any other fight you can get to fight what you will probably be calling on social media tonight as an easy work or a welterweight that can't punch. Make the fucking fight. Speak to Calla and make the fight. You've got a couple of weeks now. We're going to box off this appeal. We're going to make the fight at Spurs or a stadium in April or May. What's the problem? See you soon, son. That's it. That's the last time I'm going to talk about it.
Okay, I'll not even ask you anything else on that. Fury Usyk, it's been rearranged May 18th. Just your thoughts on that?
Great. I mean, I like this. You know, I said last night, you've got to move quick. They've had the
Is
night.
it too soon though?
No, listen. They're going to know whether it's too soon. Tyson Fury. Let's look at the timeline, right? That cut's going to take 4 weeks to heal. So you're going to be the beginning of March. As long as he stays in condition, which I'm sure he will, he's not going to need 8 weeks of sparring. He's going to need 4 weeks of sparring. He's just done a training camp. So I don't see how May 18th is a problem. Like I said, back hopefully sparring. He doesn't even need to spar till April. Do you know what I mean? He's really got 2 months till he needs to spar again. So I think plenty of time. And I'm really glad that's been locked in and, you know, and that they dealt with the situation quickly.
Do Cordina, Kakachi, Jai Opatay, do they all go on that card?
Likely. I mean, yeah, we'd like to try and see if we can get them out earlier. Got March 8th against Ngannou. That card's kind of full. And also, you know, I do like Kakachi Cordina on the Matchroom Queensbury card, but I don't want to make Joe wait. So May 18th is a bit of a wait, but it is what it is. There's nothing anyone can do about it. Jai Opataya and Mick Francis from Tasman are happy with May the 18th for Opataya against Bradis. So, yeah, and obviously the other announcements that came with it.
Bivol Beterbiev, June 1st, and that's going to headline the Matchroom Queensbury card. Bit of a strange get together, that one.
No, I mean, firstly, I'm so pleased to get that fight done because for me, I think it's the best fight in world boxing, or certainly in the top 3. We signed that a long time ago, and I'm delighted that Beterbiev and Top Rank have signed that card. His Excellency told us probably 3 weeks ago that Matchroom Queensbury would be on that night. So we already knew it was going June 1st. We just have to wait for him to
Is that
announce
a
it.
loan deal then, the Queensbury for Beterbiev?
No. I'm not giving them a chance to go 1-0 up early doors. No, they're not having Beterbiev and they're not involved. But you know, the 5v5 obviously will land on that. It's a massive night. I mean, imagine that. Matchroom v Queensbury June the 1st and Bivol against Beterbiev for the Undisputed. And when you look at those nights now coming up, I know it's a kick in the nuts for everybody, February the 17th, but we go March the 8th, Fury against Ngannou. Then you go May the 18th, Fury against Usyk, and then June 1st, Bivol, Beterbiev, and Matchroom v Queensbury. It's obscene. So well done.
In terms of that card, Ammo Williams said tonight that he believes he's going to face Hamza Shiraz on that. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to select the weight classes, of which it's been documented. 2 from Matchroom, 2 from Queensbury, 1 from His Excellency. So once we know the weight classes, we'll know, you know, I'm going to put the best fighter that's willing to fight on that night forward from Matchroom. And if the middleweight division gets selected, you've got to say Ammo Williams is right up there. And Hamza Shiraz fights, I think, next Saturday against Liam Williams. If he comes through, and middleweight, you know, Ammo is number 4, I think, with the WBC. I think Shiraz is 3 or 4, something like that. It could be an eliminator for the world title. And I thought Ammo looked great tonight.
I'm sure you've heard the result of Boatsy Aziz. Khalil Cole, after his fight, has called out the winner of that.
He's what?
He's called out the winner of that, Khalil Cole. So he wants Joshua Boatsy.
Oh, right. Oh, Khalil Ko. I thought he said Joshua Boatsy's called out Khalil Ko. I was like, what a touch. No, great. I mean, I was just about to say we could do Khalil Ko against Joshua Boatsy, but I've realised that's definitely not on the 5v5. So, but still up for that fight. The difficulty with Khalil Ko right now is Boatsy and those guys, and I would be the same if I was. But you would say, why would I fight a guy who's what 9-0, 8-0? Like, but Khalil's just got to keep working up the 170-5-pound division. I'm really pleased with a lot of the prospects. They're not even prospects anymore, but the guys that are coming through from when we first signed them: Khalil Ko, Diego Pacheco, Ammo Williams. We've got a lovely little roster building here in America, and Khalil Ko is the real deal at 175 pounds. So, yeah.
Did you expect Boatsy to come through that tonight?
Yeah, because Boatsy is a world-class fighter, and Dan Aziz is not. And I don't mean that I think Dan Aziz has done amazing. He's a British and European level guy, and Boatsy's a world-class fighter. So, you know, the difficulty now is, what do you do with Boatsy? Obviously, you've got Bivol Beterbiev in June, and then they'll probably do it again. So you're not going to get a shot at Bivol, and you're not going to get paid because of the split of 75-25. You're not going to get paid anywhere near what you were offered to fight Bivol a year ago. So it becomes difficult. And the one thing that Josh has always struggled with is activity. If I'm Joshua Boatsy right now, I'm saying I want to go again in April, May. So hopefully they get it. But it's difficult, you know. Yard is a potential fight, but I think he'd probably feature on the 5v5. Callum Smith, I don't know. You know, I think a good domestic fight for Boatsy would be the right choice.
2 more from me. His Excellency said tonight that the winner of AJ and Ngannou will face Filip Hrgovic for the IBF. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the plan is, the delay was not good for us in that respect, because the winner of Fury and Ngannou is supposed to fight the winner of Fury Usyk, but we know now, because of the timings, that's going to be difficult, because the winner of Fury Usyk will probably not fight till September, October, November of 2020, and we don't want to fight March 8th and wait till November, December to fight. So, fine, absolutely well up for fighting Hrgovic. AJ can beat Ngannou, become 3-time world champion, and then fight for the Undisputed. Lovely jubbly, and then walk off into the sunset with a nice little la-di-da and go, I told all you fuckers, we done it, boy.
Last one from me. Dana White was ringside with you. I seen him in your ear a few times. What was he saying tonight?
Just talking about Conor, talking about the fight, talking about the night, talking about boxing, talking about UFC. I was gutted because Molly fights in a minute, and I wanted to go down, but obviously I've got to talk to you fuckers. So I have said before, like, I get on really well with Dana. I always take people as I find them. He's been unbelievably courteous towards me with his time and knowledge, and they're the levels that I want to be at. You know, we are the biggest boxing promotional company in the world, but we're some way off the levels of UFC. And that's really, you know, like, I'm sure you've got your people within your industry that you admire and look up to. Parsons, probably. And he's mine.
He'll be delighted with that.
I know. He's mine. Dana White's mind. I don't care that's saying it. People say, I get people all the time going to me, oh, you done a fast. You copied Dana White. I'm not copying like Dana White about fasting, but I've definitely looked at what his setup is in terms of bringing on trainers and using recovery to make himself have more energy to work harder. That's all I want. You know, this fitness thing, a lot of people probably watching this going, yeah, I mean, obviously now Eddie Hearn looks unbelievable and that's why he's doing it. I'm not. I'm doing it for my career, to make sure that I can outlast everybody, outperform them. That was a joke, by the way, just in case there's any, it's particularly our American audience watching. It's called sarcasm. I mean, I am unbelievable, but that's what, you know, I want. I want to stay young and healthy, and I want to destroy all the competition and keep winning. And I want to make Matchroom and boxing as big as I can.
Can you sing us out today, Edward?
Which song are we going for? No, but I don't know the words to Viva Las Vegas.
Rap song, first rap song.
I'm not doing a rap song. I'm not doing anything. No, I'm not going to sing you out tonight.
I can't believe you're crumbling under the pressure.
But with the great thing about tonight is, or today, I mean, how weird was it, by the way, doing a show that started at 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
But now we finish the media, do our bits and pieces, and we fly back tonight.
Ooh.
So land tomorrow night or whatever it is.
I thought you were going to tag in Hakkasan, but not tonight,
No,
Edward.
I've had a lovely bit of food over here, but as they say in Vegas, farewell, and most of all, ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.